よし。
I had just been promoted to detective after 5 years on patrol. It was my first time on a major case. It had been a month since Daisy Armstrong was kidnapped. The Armstrongs were desperate for some sign of hope. I was there only for paperwork, to fill in some blanks.
そうだった。ロックさんが事件を知る。ロックさんのが倒れてて、ズームイン。チーズ。
Topographical map, often more important than a road map in these mountains. A topographical map,
ロ
often
ッ
more
クさん
important
が
than a
倒れてて、そのぬいぐるみを持った少女の写真があったところから昔話と。
I should go through the case file one more time.
操作ファイル。資料に目を通そう。あ、これか。これだね、レイジ。3歳の少女。ジョン・アームストロングとソニア・アームストロングの娘。ジョン・アームストロングっていうのは出てきてないな、まだ。誘拐は社交パーティーが開催されてたアームストロング邸で発生。寝室の窓の外にはしごが見つかった。内から施錠されている窓が開いていた。タイヤ痕があった。ハブ100万。2、3日。インフォームよ。デリベル。ドラマにお金持ってこいと。100万。2、3日中に100万持ってこいと。警察に言うなと。いう話やね。ジョンは。イギリス軍退役大佐。森。こいつはあれじゃないのか。顔に傷があるや
How
つ
could
関
the
係ない
child
の
be
か。
taken with so many people in the house?
だね。
I can't imagine the pain her parents felt when they realized Daisy was gone. How are they going to feel when they realize I have no answers for them? Only more questions.
だね。
That's why I'm here. A damn computer glitch. Or somebody pushed delete instead of save. Whatever happened, we lost the nanny's deposition. So my entire contribution to the investigation is to take it again. The phone record of the night of the kidnapping. The last call was for 911.
911。よし。超豪邸だな。お、こいつ走れるやん。一瞬。おしっぱかよ。おしっぱかよ。
Good evening. Colonel Armstrong?
Yes. You're the detective they phoned about.
Joanna Locke.
I don't remember you.
I'm newly assigned to the case.
It's about time more detectives were involved. My wife, Sonia, she hasn't been herself. Every day is a waking nightmare for us. Tell me you've uncovered something new.
I'm here to speak to your daughter's nanny. There was a computer problem. Her earlier statement has been lost.
Oh, I see. We had hoped. Well, do as you wish. I won't be far if you need me.
あらまあ素敵やな。ここまで来るとちょっと怖いよね。狂気の沙汰だよねこれ。
What a dear child.
なんもない。
sympathy and support for the Armstrong family during this difficult time. Thoughtful, but never enough.
おー、何飾んねんこれ。これ見れるの？見れない。開かない。オタク探索したいな。建物田んぼ。ちょっとここ危ないね。ここ取ったら頭ゴンいくよ。めちゃめちゃ広いな。
The world through the eyes of a child seems so sweet. Mrs. Armstrong, my name is Joanna Locke. I'm a detective investigating the kidnapping of your daughter. May I talk to you? When is your baby due? Mrs. Armstrong? Sonia?
I don't want to talk. I just want to see my daughter again. That's all that matters.
The poor woman. I can't imagine how she feels. A toy castle. When I was a kid, I had a police station and a tiny squad car with a siren that really worked.
なんか絵があったこれ。絵じゃねえのか。このぬいぐるみが好きなんだな。ソーニャしかおらん、ソーニャしか。いたいた。
Hello, are you Suzanne Moreau, Daisy's nanny?
Yes?
I'm Joanna Locke, a detective working on Daisy's case.
Is there any news?
I'm afraid not.
How can I help you?
I'm really sorry. I'm afraid I have to take your statement again concerning the evening of Daisy's disappearance. There was a computer problem. Your statement was accidentally deleted.
Of course. I want to help any way I can.
Tell me about that
事
night
件
in your
があ
own
った
words.
夜の
The
会議を。
Armstrongs had a party to raise money for a museum, I think. Mrs. Armstrong is on their board. I was in charge of Daisy. I stayed with the little one all evening, playing with her and reading books to her. She couldn't sleep with all the noise and the comings and goings.
When did you notice Daisy was missing?
I was only gone 5 minutes to phone my mother. She's in the hospital. When I returned, Daisy wasn't in her bed. I thought she might have gone to look at the party, but then I saw the handsome note on her pillow. I screamed and screamed. I couldn't stop.
Did you notice anything unusual before that?
I was with Daisy all evening. Finally, she fell asleep. I didn't see anyone else or notice anything in particular.
Do you have any idea who did this?
No! I can't see who could have done such a horrible thing. The Armstrongs are such good people. Like my own family.
Thank you for giving me your statement again. I'll get back to you if I have any questions.
I won't be far.
なるほどね。
I have Suzanne's statement, but her answers need some checking. Leon. In fact,
Leon.
toy train. Now here I am on a real one.
にゃー。にゃーがいる。考察。ん？水ボロの電話に関する証言と一致しない。デイジーをスラスラとなったこの
This
これだろ。
information does not correspond to what Suzanne told me. Suzanne said she left Daisy alone for 5 minutes, but Mrs. Armstrong says she stayed with Daisy for a while and Suzanne did not return. The detective gets it right.
おめでとう。え？違う。何も見てない。ごめん。何も見てなかった。何。 ああ、わかんなくなっちゃった。お母ちゃん怪しい説。走るの大変だな。お前が犯人だろう。
Mrs. Armstrong? Let me show you this.
Daisy, my little Daisy. I miss her so much. How good it is to see her face.
I can't imagine the pain you're feeling right now.
She loved her little stuffed animal, Fluffy. She took him everywhere with her. The kidnappers took it as well. They didn't have to. That means they wouldn't hurt her, doesn't it?
Every lead will be followed up. You have my word on that.
Thank you. I shouldn't lose hope. Somehow.
I know it isn't my case, but I just made a promise, and I mean to keep it. Do you know where I can find Miss Moreau?
She's in her room. Last door on the left.
Tell me about the night Daisy was taken, especially anything about your daughter and Suzanne Moreau.
Apart from seeing to our guests, I took a moment to check on Suzanne and Daisy in Daisy's room. Suzanne wasn't there, but Daisy was asleep. I sat with her for 10 minutes or so. Suzanne didn't return while I was there, but there's no reason for her to sit there all night when Daisy is asleep. I went back downstairs.
May I come back if I have more questions?
Of course. Anything I can do.
Okay, the stories Sonia and Suzanne tell don't match. I should recheck my file and track Suzanne's.
資料の電話番号を確認する。え？午前11時、これか。
That is not exactly what Suzanne told me earlier. Suzanne was on the phone more than 5 minutes. That's it. No rookie mistake
バ
there.
ラチ。走れ走れ。諸さん、諸岡さん。
If I understand you correctly, you left Daisy when she was not asleep?
The party was very loud. Daisy was too wound up to sleep. I read her a Motley Mule detective story to try and put her to sleep. Daisy finally fell asleep. Right before Motley Mule solved his case in the book I was reading her. I had to make a quick phone call. No more than 5 minutes. But when I came back, Daisy was gone.
はい、ケツ。こ
Are
れだ。
you sure you were only gone for 5 minutes?
5, 6, what does it matter? It was very quick.
What you're telling me doesn't really agree with what Mrs. Armstrong says.
Mrs. Armstrong must have looked in right after I'd left.
That's how it could have happened. But the timing of the kidnapping had to be so precise. How could it be? I need to find something more concrete. You say you were only away 5 or 6 minutes, but Mrs. Armstrong says she was alone there more like 10 minutes. And the phone record shows that you stayed on the call for more than 30 minutes, way longer than you said.
My mother is extremely ill. It's difficult for me. I may have lost track of time. When I came back, Daisy had disappeared. It must have been a coincidence.
You have to be precise, Suzanne. A little girl's life is at stake.
Why are you doing this? I didn't do anything wrong. I would never hurt Daisy.
I need to check Suzanne's story. She's panicking. I should see if the Armstrongs can confirm what Suzanne told me.
Suzanne のし、スザンの証言の裏取り、事件の再現。まあこうならな。でこうなって うか。違う。こうなってこうか。
Score. One for the good
おめでとう。
guys. The kidnapper places a ladder under the window to Daisy's room. Then he joins the party. Just one guest in the crowd. He somehow knows when Suzanne leaves the room, then sneaks upstairs. He opens Daisy's window, carries her down the ladder, and vanishes.
で、ちょっと待って。どれだ。電話番号、電話番号。違う。電話番号の確認はどうやってやるんだ。なんか持ってなかったっけ。インベントリー。口ひげはない。あるじゃん。555214-0。140。
Hey, I'm a pretty good detective
バラ
after all.
チ。もしもし。
The number you have called is not in service at this time. Please hang up and dial again, or contact your service provider.
The number Suzanne called is not in service? A hospital? I should see if the Armstrongs can confirm what Suzanne told me.
おしっぱ大変だなマジ。じゃあね。
Do you know where I...
あ、ちょ。
I spoke with Suzanne. She was phoning her mother. That's why you didn't see her when you went to check on Daisy.
Yes, her mother. I tried to call the poor woman earlier that week, but the hospital said she's been in a medically induced coma for more than 2 months.
Suzanne told me she called her mother, but she would have known her mother was in a coma.
ほうほうほう。嘘をついとるっていうわけだな。じゃあので諸岡さんは嘘をついとるっていうわけだな。
I should see if the Armstrongs...
まだなんかある？おっちゃんに聞かなあかんのか。ルイ・アームストロングに。
How are you doing? Are you holding up?
You know, in the military, you're supposed to have the stiffest of upper lips. The Desert War taught me that soon enough. But this, it's difficult. Damned difficult. Harder on my good lady, of course.
Do you know where I can find Miss Moreau?
Her room is upstairs across the hall from...
ちょっと冷静に。
She seldom leaves it.
Did you see Miss Moreau during the party?
I remember seeing her at some point, but otherwise, no. I was too busy with my guests. Wear the smile, shake the proffered hand.
Ms. Moreau told me she called her mother.
Well, why not? I believe they are very close, and the poor woman is not well. She needs some experimental treatment that isn't available yet in France.
Ms. Moreau told...
Well,
I won't be long.
Take whatever time you need.
ありえないと思う。うん。もろだしもろさん。
The number you called that night is no longer in service.
I don't understand. That's the number the hospital gave me to call my mother's room.
You told me you were on the phone with your mother when Daisy was abducted.
As we said earlier, I didn't pay attention and was on the phone longer than I said. But since my mother is very ill, she had to leave her hometown, Lyon, because the treatment is not approved yet in France. She is in an hospital in Boston for a special treatment. I called her every night to check on her. When I came back, Daisy was gone. I'll never forgive myself.
こ
Are
れで
you
すな。
sure you called your mother?
Yes, every night since she was admitted in December.
嘘をついている。
Suzanne, I think you really care for Daisy. If you do, then tell me the truth. You can't have been calling your mother while she's in a coma.
My mom really is in a hospital in Boston. She really is in a coma. I wasn't calling her. I was on the phone with my boyfriend. No.
Why lie about it? Why are you panicking?
Because he's gone. I haven't heard from him since the night of the kidnapping. I'm afraid that he's somehow connected to Daisy's disappearance.
そいつやん。
He was just using me somehow. But I swear I talked to him. Yes, for more like 30 minutes that night. So he couldn't have kidnapped Daisy at the same time we were talking.
But he could have kept you talking so someone else could take Daisy.
Yes, you can see why I lied. Can't you? I was afraid you'd suspect me of having something to do with it. You can understand that, can't you?
Suzanne, I want to believe you, but you've made it harder to find Daisy. Do you realize that?
Oh my god. What have I done?
What's most important is not what you've done, but what you do now. Go. I'll be back to talk to you. No more lies, Suzanne. For Daisy, no more lies.
No more lie.
Noah. The name might lead us to that little girl. I am on this case now, whether my captain wants me to be or not.
水モロの部屋とこなのか。
A toy train.
コメント。愛煙クイジーヌ。イングリッシュフレンチ。これはなんだ？フランス語は俺わからんな。ロミオとジュリエットって書いてある。モトレモル絵本かな。
A locked diary? Let's see if I can shine some light on its secrets.
どうやって開けんの？鍵か？鍵か。鍵がいるのか。レフォードワンディエン80円ドル。難しい本。難しい本。ピン。の下の引き出し。だいたい下段。よーし。
An Eiffel Tower keychain, but no key.
なんもないのか。じゃないのか。
Small jewelry box. By the size, I'm guessing earrings.
開けろ開けろ開けろ。物色しろ物色しろ。よし。きたー。
Why put a key in a jewelry box?
きたー。 ティッシュ。
I expect Suzanne must have gone through a lot of tissues these past weeks.
ティッシュ来たー。スコッティ来たー。パカーして、パカーし
What's
て
in。their glass case? Ah, big surprise. Glasses.
なあ、オシャンティやね。ビクトル・ヒューゴ。本好きですな。シャーキ、まっすぐ入るかな、まっすぐ入るかな。これどっちだ、こっちだ。
That doesn't work.
え、ダメ？嘘。
That doesn't work.
これじゃない。なるほど。
A toy train. Lyon.
リアン。え？これじゃないのか。くるっと回してこうか。
That doesn't work.
なんで、ワークって言われる。
That doesn't work. That doesn't work.
こっちで。
That doesn't work.
この鍵じゃない。さて。あ。N
A
来た
card from
ー。
the florist. It's signed N. A card.
N 来たー。N がなんかわからんけど N 来たー。そうけ。この部屋はOK ってことはあとは秘密の日記の内容をあいつにちょっと問いただすか。
Any idea what this small key unlocks?
No, I found it one day on the floor. I kept it in case someone lost it.
I imagine these flowers must have been beautiful. Who gave them to you?
The gardener. They're getting pretty wilted, but I hate to throw them away.
Tell me about your boyfriend. Have you been together long?
My boyfriend? Why? He doesn't have anything to do with this.
Please, Suzanne, the sooner you answer my question, the sooner we'll be done.
His name is Noah Garrity. I met him at a Lunar New Year party in Great Barrington. He is a kind and caring person. Although, well, I miss him. He had to go away on business. He should be back.
Know anything about Miss Moreau's boyfriend?
Her boyfriend? I know she went out with someone for a while there. More recently, I saw a man in a 4x4 who would pick her up on her nights off. He never got out of his car, just waited for her. She did seem to spend more time than usual on the phone these past few weeks, but she worked hard. We weren't going to begrudge her what free time she had. Since the abduction, she keeps pretty much to herself.
I won't be long.
Take whatever time you...
Their fairy tale became a nightmare. Their fairy Nothing shocks me here. Nothing shocks me here. Nothing shocks me here.
あ、これか。
These tire tracks could well be from Suzanne's boyfriend's 4x4.
なるほど。
That is a great
なるほど。
detective job.
四駆車、やっぱ、あれか。次は鍵だな。鍵だけど、嫁はんにもちょっと、嫁はんにお話聞かしてえな。
Can you tell me anything about Suzanne's boyfriend?
I know she dated our chauffeur for a while. There was someone else she'd met recently, but I don't recall his name.
最近なんだ。っていうことはだ。タイヤ庫がどこなのかな。これ庭なのか。駐車場外か。あ、いけないの？いけないのか。そこに行きたい。よしよし。小人に関する情報がもう一個欲しいな。なんか知らん？
I won't be
何も
long.
知らん。
Take whatever time you need.
ヒント。でもブラックアウトしたしな。
Can you tell me?
I know.
何も知らんか。お前何も知らんか、本当に。
Know anything?
Her boy more he never she did she were we were since day
I won't be long.
Take-
I won't be long.
take what
もうヒントガンガンヒントを使ってこう。部屋を探せば手がかりが見つかるかもしれない。 これでも赤かったよな。
That doesn't work.
これじゃないのかな。このしおりの部分が気になるわ、気になるわ。何も調べれんもんな。
An Eiffel Tower.
この指輪は誰のもんですかっていう話とか。
A toy train. A toy Lyon. In France. What a lovely looking city.
なんもねえぞ。なんもねえぞ。謎が謎を呼ぶな。この部屋には何かあんのか。行ける部屋がもうそもそもないもんな。お前なんか隠してるだろう。
Any idea?
No,
Tell me about your
my boyfriend. He doesn't please. His name.
教えてくれる情報が少なすぎるわ。これ暖炉なのか。今気づいたわ。手詰まりっす。もう無理っす。4区。
The investigation. The crime was audacious. The misspellings are clearly on purpose. How could the child be taken with so many people? I can't imagine that. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. The phone record of the night of the kidnapping. The last call was for 911.
違う。やっぱ部屋か。あの鍵か。なんかに挟まってるとかなのかな、日記の鍵。ゴミジュリに挟まってるとかない。 うーん。
Hmm. That, that doesn't work. That doesn't work.
諦めんの早いんだよな。叩けえのもんな。謎すぐる。何は何は4。マジなんもねえよ。
I expect to.
ティッシュの中。謎すぎるわ。こっちの引き出し開けれんのか。
A toy train. A
積んだが。あ、これのヒント。違う方向に開ける必要が。こっちか。なるほど。
Okay, Suzanne.
Yes.
Let's see what you haven't told me.
そういうことか。もう日本語で書いてるやらいい。あと語源で過ごした。バレンタインデー。めっちゃめちゃ騙されとるやん。お花をくれた。
I can see why Suzanne didn't tell me everything about this, Noah. It's clear when he disappeared that she realized something was very
め
wrong.
っちゃ騙されとるやん。100% 騙さ
I
れと
can
るやん。
see why Suzanne. It's clear.
お前のせいだ。
Tread marks of a
対決。
four-wheel drive vehicle were found outside the garden on the night of the kidnapping. Noah drives one, doesn't he? Where is he, Suzanne? If you know anything more about him, you have to tell me.
I know what you're thinking, but it's impossible. He was very nice to me. He never did anything to make me suspicious. We went out to eat, to the movies. Just like a normal couple. He's not the only man in the Berkshires who drives that kind of car.
You really didn't notice anything strange about Noah until he vanished?
He could get moody at times, as if he had a lot on his mind.
In your diary, you say that Noah took you to a cabin in the mountains on Valentine's Day.
You read my diary?
I'm sorry, but we have to find Daisy. We both want that. So yes, I looked in your diary.
You're right. He took me to a cabin in the woods. I waited for him in the car. He came out after a few minutes. He was very sweet and apologetic, but he never explained. We went back to the restaurant for dessert.
Did you ever go back to the cabin with him?
No, never.
So what made Noah drive all the way to a cabin in the middle of nowhere? He left her in the car. Why was he there? This is important. I know it is. I can use Suzanne's directions to the cabin and compare them to the map of the area I have in my car.
やっと進んだ。おはようライスくん。ちょっと進んだよ。なんか家政婦じゃないけど、なんていうの、子守の女のやつのをだまくらかしてる男が誘拐した説が。うん。町を出て2つの橋を木々を抜きながら渡って、あ、これか。ちょっと待って。2つの橋、町を出て2つの橋を木々を抜けながら渡って、ってことは、このルートかな？左手にあるトウモクロシバ東京が。
I got it. The cabin has to be here.
ここや。
I have to find that cabin. I hope I'm not too late.
行ってきま。ほな、行ってきま。もうね、ポアロさん出てこない。キャビン。夜になっとるやん。めちゃめちゃ遠いやん。
Okay, here is this famous cabin.
おー、急にホラーゲー感が、パズモ感が。主人公交代です。
Hello?
パズモです。
Is anyone there?
まず十字架持って塩を置いて、
Nobody.
でタロットカードで占いして、レジオいらんだろ。
Nobody. I can't just waltz in without a warrant.
とりあえずあれだよ、EMF でちょっとあと温度測って、お、来た、武器来ちゃー、武器来ちゃー、違うの？誰かいませんか？返事してください。で、リジさんが言うて、来ちゃー、来ちゃー、来ちゃー。あんなピンポイントでそこだけ開けるやつおる？来ちゃー、ぬいぐるみ来ちゃー。
Ugh, an old hunting trophy starting to molt. It's Daisy's plush toy. If Fluffy is here, the kidnapper has been here. I have to get inside this cabin. Empty wine bottles. Somebody has been here lately.
お、なんかこう緊迫した音楽になってきたよ。
A maul for splitting wood. Perfect for attacking doors.
きたー。これはね、来獣だと思う。
The broom isn't sturdy enough to force the door.
すごいね、あれで開くんだ。結構不用心。やったるぜの
Look at
顔して
that.
る。
A broken door to investigate. No need for a warrant. Some people seem to have played here before. The floor is scratched and worn in this area. The sofa must have been moved a lot.
この下だな。死んどるな、これ。パカ
Damn, it's booby trapped. If I move, it could go off, and that countdown tells me it wants to go off anyway.
ああ、なるほど。おーとちゃう132やからこれ焦るな。でこうして違うわ。ちゃうわ。4413違うな。16 314 4の隣3の隣に2 3違うな。これむずくない？割となんか制限時間超余裕っぽいな。ここだ。続き。うわ、続きあった。なるほど。はいはいはい、そういうことね。こっちがこう動く。違うわ。もう一回戻して。で、違う。で、こうか。よしよし。違う、これ、そう。これはだからハンダでついてんのが、これ間違えたくさガス気爆発。俺結構頑張ったよね今。
Since I'm telling this story to you, Mr. Quabu, you should be able to deduce I didn't blow myself up. Let's see if I can remember how I defused the bomb.
ここがつながってるから、これがこれを外す。違う、武器爆発。
Since I'm telling this story to you, Mr. Let's see it.
はいはい。こいつがつながってる。こういってこういってこいつだな。こいつを外す。違うの？ひっくり返すのか。
Let's see if I.
ちょっと待って。これがこうだから。これ。で、さっきこれが。これだったような気がする。うん。で、最後。これが下からこう来て真ん中に繋がってるから、こいつ
That should do it.
じゃあ
Wow, I wonder if that's how close it was. This would have ended my investigation right here. These rods are heading towards the canisters. It must be the trigger for the explosion. I smell a strong, sweet smell. Damn. I think these are filled to the brim with diethyl ether. Incredibly flammable. It looks like the kidnappers wanted to utterly destroy this place and whoever opened this hatch. A wooden crate? I have to open it.
なかなか強烈に怖いよねこれ。
Oh no.
あ、デイジーさん。やはり。
I called in my discovery of the body. Then there was nothing I could do except protect the site for forensics.
やはり。
The forensics team arrived an hour later, cordoned off the cabin with crime scene tape, and went to work, looking for physical evidence, fingerprints, testing for fluids, DNA, any clues science can uncover. They removed Daisy's body. The autopsy would take place in the morning. But I had one more stop to make.
あ、走れなくなってる。走る元気がなくなってる。あんなセットハンマー振り回したからな。大ハンマーを。Oh no したら。GG。ロックさん GG。
That night, I swore to find the monster who killed that child.
おの、小野さんがびっくり。おの。ああ、帰ってきました。だから何事件から帰ってきました。繋がってるんだよね、一応。うん。それで。
On train saw me? How? Daisy.
She was awake?
Then she collapsed again.
I take the responsibility. She was weaker than I realized.
Oh.
Lie still while I examine you. Pupils dilated.
とりあえず服脱いで。
You are far from all right. You have been heavily sedated. Your pulse is very weak.
I have to finish my story. Ratchet can't escape again.
can't escape.
Have no fear of that, mademoiselle. Ratchet will not escape.
We must hear her story.
This woman needs rest. I will let you know when she is recovered enough to continue. But I warn you, it will be some time.
I understand, Doctor. Thank you.
I have completed my preliminary examination of the deceased. I think that it will interest you.
Indeed it will. And I have other witnesses to interrogate. You are right. Let's not put this poor woman in danger. There will be plenty of time for her to finish her story when she has recovered. By all means, tell me the results of your examination.
アメリカーナで刑事ですね。32歳。
That's the right answer.
はい、主人公交代。
Can you estimate the time of death?
Rigor mortis was advanced, but not complete. I estimate the death occurred between midnight and 2 in the morning.
That tallies with the witness statements I've collected so far. What is the cause of death?
Multiple stab wounds to the upper torso. It's odd there are no signs of a struggle. That might indicate one of the first wounds was enough to kill him.
It seems that Monsieur Ratchet had taken sleeping pills during the night.
Ah, that would explain the lack of defensive wounds.
Mr. McQueen and Mr. Masterman told me that Monsieur Ratchet didn't smoke. Can you confirm this?
I can't say without a more extensive post-mortem.
What can you tell me about the stab wounds?
I counted 12 in all. 1 or 2 are so slight as to be practically scratches. On the other hand, at least 3 would be capable of causing death. The angle of the wounds is instructive. Most appear to have been struck by a right-handed person. But you see, this one, under the right armpit, it's not a deadly blow given the depth, but a right-hander couldn't have done it. It was most certainly struck with the left hand.
So,
一回
our
刺されてるってこと
murderer is left-handed. No, it is more difficult than that, is it not?
As you say, Mr. Poirot, some of
何
these
人
other
かいるってこ
blows
と
are
か
just as obviously right-handed.
Do we have a first and second murderer, as the great Shakespeare would put it? The first murderer stabs his victim and exits left, turning off the light. Then a second murderer comes in the dark, does not see his or her work has been done, and stabs a dead body.
Magnificent.
You think so? I'm glad. It sounds to me a little like nonsense. Thank you, Doctor. Excellent work under difficult circumstances. Please let me know
い
when
や
I
ー
may
俺は
speak
古い傷
again
だ
with
と思うんだけど
Mademoiselle.
古い傷じゃないのかな。
Even a
Tabaco
smoker
smoke.
might innocently turn me down. Yes, that's certainly a good place to start.
どうやって見つければいい？思い出そう。
Yes, I have personally seen some passengers smoking. I just have to remember who they were.
ベイプを吸っているものをどうやって見つければいい？たくさん喫煙している人にベイプの喫煙者を知ってるか尋ねる。タバコ吸うやつに聞けばわか
I
る。
suppose it's likely they will give me the list of who smokes what. That was easy.
素晴らしい。なんかいっぱい利益だ。 これだろ
Et voilà.
う。おお、素晴らしい。出演者は、いやー、覚えがない。よし、ちょっと事情聴取しよう。レストルームが、バーで聞けばいいのか。
Most of the passengers pass by the bar during the day. They eat, drink, write. Maybe I can use this information for my investigation. Right. Yes, it could work. He appears to be an observant young man and serves the passengers regularly. Good.
あー、残念ながらね、俺ね、左利きなんだけど、物書くときは右なんだよな。
Instinctively with their dominant hand.
そういう人間もいるんだよな。
No, not good. Given right. Yes, I will remember which people use their right.
いや、そんなん覚えてねえぞ、おい。
That was easy.
素晴らしいって言われたけど。
Mademoiselle Debenham, I have a few questions for you.
Of course.
Let's start with your movements last night.
There's little to tell. I went to bed and slept.
Did you know the man who was killed?
Oh.
I saw him for the first time during lunch yesterday.
Did you notice anything about him?
Well, if I believed in auras, I might say he seemed dark.
死んでまでなんかめちゃめちゃ言われる知らん人にっていう
Would
のは
you
なかな
mind
かや
writing
ね。
your address on this paper for me?
Not at all.
これは右手で書いてますよね。
Mademoiselle Debenham is right-handed. Do you recall what time Mademoiselle Olsen went to get some aspirin from Madame Hubbard?
I remember glancing at the clock. She left our room just after 10:30 p.m.
Was she away for a long time?
About 5 minutes.
That confirms what Madame Hubbard told me. Do you smoke by any chance?
No, I never have.
Do you own a scarlet nightgown?
No,
黄色の
it
ナイ
isn't
トガウン。
mine.
Whose then?
I don't know. What do you mean?
You do not say, I have no such thing. You say, it isn't
こ
mine.
う、右京さんっぽい
Meaning that
な。
you know who it belongs to, am I correct?
Oh, I see. No. I woke up this morning about 5 a.m. with the feeling that the train had been standing still for a long time. I opened the door, and I saw someone in a scarlet kimono some way down the corridor. Her back was turned. It was impossible to see who it was.
I understand.
うーん。
Thank you for your assistance, mademoiselle. Mademoiselle,
マドモ
I
ゼ
am
ル、
sorry to disturb you, but I need to ask you a few questions.
Are you the investigator?
I am.
右京
We
さ
are
ん。
lucky you are on the train. What do you want to know?
I
Madame,
hear,
何してた？
mademoiselle, that you were the last person to see the murdered man alive.
I do not know. It may be so. I opened the door of his compartment by mistake. I was much ashamed. It was a most awkward mistake.
You actually saw him?
Yeah, he was reading a book.
And what did you do after that, mademoiselle?
I went into the American lady, Mrs. Hubbard. I asked her for some aspirin, and she gave it to me. I usually carry extra aspirin for the refugees, but I gave mine to a camp in Turkey. They needed it more than me.
この人はスウェーディッシュで看護師のおばちゃん。
Think, Poirot.
That
is not a good answer.
年間違えたか。
I'm right again. That
コミュニケーションドア。
This is about ask you whether the communicating door between her compartment and that of Monsieur Ratchet was bolted.
Yes,
And was it?
yes.
And after that, what did you do?
After that, I went back to my compartment, took the aspirin, and lay down. That was around 10:50 p.m.
自分が何時に寝たかグッと
Anyone
かっ
else in
て
your compartment?
普通わかるか。
A young English lady. Very nice, very amiable.
After the train left Vinkovsky, did she leave the compartment?
No, I am sure she did not.
Why are you so sure if you were asleep?
I sleep very lightly. I am used to waking at a sound. I am sure that if she had come down from the berth above, I should have awakened.
Did you yourself leave the compartment after that?
Not until this morning.
Do you have a scarlet silk kimono, mademoiselle?
No,
Kimono.
indeed. I have a good, comfortable dressing gown of Jaeger material.
Do you smoke, mademoiselle?
No, I can't stand the smell of tobacco.
そうそうそう。
Perhaps you will be so
確かにそう。
amiable
女
as
性
to
の年に
write
関
me
するこ
down
と自体
your
が間違え
address.
る。
With
それが
pleasure.
正解とかや。
Mademoiselle
You
Olsen is indeed right.
言うていかんよな
This。was a very interesting
おもろ
conversation,
いけど、
mademoiselle. I thank you.
発想が。
If you have any other questions, I'll be in my compartment. Good luck, Mr. Poirot.
だってこの顔見たら70って言われて分からんよな。矛盾出てきたな。ちょっと待って、矛盾は後回しにしよう。こいつ
I'll
誰だ
observe her instead. I'll observe. I'll keep an eye on them instead.
右右右右右右
Monsieur
右
Fauché, may I disturb you for a moment?
Of course. How can I help?
こいつが犯人説。
It is, of course, about the murder of Monsieur Ratchet. Can you tell me your movements last night?
I understand. Yesterday evening, I took a break at Vinkovsky station with Hotaru. We then went to our quarters in the staff accommodations, a section of the luggage car. Freya was there reading, and I went to bed right after. Freya is there now, I think, and Hotaru is in the kitchen. They can verify my story.
What time was this?
11:30 p.m. or a bit after. The snow is beginning to fall heavily.
I see. Thank you. Can you write your address on this paper, please?
You want to pay me a visit?
Who knows, Monsieur Fauché?
右
He is right-handed, there can be no doubt. Are you a smoker?
I'm trying to quit, but yes. I'm now down to just one pack of cigarettes a week. If you're looking for a heavy smoker, you should talk to Hotaru.
Thank you, Monsieur Fauché. I'll come back to you if I have more questions.
とりあえず右右右
My little gray cells didn't.
タバコ吸うのはホタールとホシェと
So, Poirot, I hope you are progressing in your investigation.
I have not finished yet, but it is progressing, yes. I still have many questions that must be answered. I will report to you as soon as I can.
ホタル。
Ah, Monsieur Mori, would you have a few minutes to give me? I have some questions to ask you.
Do I look like
こいつ日本人なの
answer
か。
questions? The room is spinning. My head is about to explode.
You were celebrating last night?
Celebrating when Freya always wins. Ah, what am I saying? If you want my answers to your questions to make sense, help me recover. You see there, the magnet on the fridge. That is my special recipe. I call it my day after survival tonic.
こいつなか
If
な
you
かや
could
な。
make me my special tonic, I might survive long enough to answer your questions. John knows the recipe very well. He can help you with the preparation.
Very well,
めちゃ
Monsieur
めちゃ
Mori. If I
めちゃめちゃ
must,
試されとるやん。
I will make you your day after survival tonic.
こいついくつよ。こいつ20歳か。まあまあいい年じゃない。55も60もわからんだろ。チクショーやってやらないか。何これ。何これ、開けっぱにして腐らせる。レモンと一本だけある。これが炭酸水、ジンジャー。
Missing half of the tonic ingredients.
ミントがないぞ。マジでね。グリグリグリグリグリグリグリグリグリグリグリグリ。はい、レモン汁。
I have all the ingredients for Monsieur Mori's tonic. I have to go and see Monsieur Fauché so he can prepare it for me.
そんなんさ、何ミリ何ミリとかまでいかんで、もう全部ぶち込んだったらええのにね。教えてくれ。
Monsieur Fauché.
Of course.
Monsieur Fauché, I need your help to prepare a cocktail.
What is this phrase? This is music to my ears. What can I fix for you? A mojito? A gin and tonic? Or perhaps a martini? Shaken, not stirred?
It's not for me, but for Monsieur Mori.
Ah, his day after survival tonic. Unfortunately, I know it well.
Here is everything
Survival
that was
tonic.
listed on the magnet.
Excellent.
Hi.
I can take it
ま
from
た
here.
ね。
Mr. Poirot, I'm uncertain about the lemon juice. Is it half a lemon or full lemon for the recipe?
レモンは半分。
Half a lemon.
I can't remember if Hotaru prefers it with ginger or without. Do you remember?
人が入りで
I
す。
can assure you that he will want the ginger.
なんか癖あんな、このシェイカー。
There you are, sir. Hotaru will be himself again.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
イエーイ。美味しくなさそうだが、イエーイ。ブーちゃんに飲ましてみようかな、一回。ブーちゃん飲まんかな。今んとここの日本人クソ野郎なんだけどな。
Here you go, Mr. Mori. I hope this will help you.
Thank you very much. Please give me a moment while this takes effect. It will be a while, I'm afraid. But I will not move from the kitchen
Since I have to wait, do you know where I can find Mademoiselle Nielsen?
She's in the staff quarters in the luggage car. If the door is locked, John will have the key.
Thank you. I will return. I hope you have a speedy recovery.
鍵、ジャンって誰だ？こいつか。ジャン、お前ジャンか。
Monsieur Mori told me that you are the one who has the key to open the luggage car door. I will need it.
Yes, that's right. Here it is. Please don't forget to give it back to me.
I will not forget, Monsieur Fauché.
列車だ。
I have a favor to ask. Could you visit the passengers who are in their rooms and explain there has been an error with their allergy and diet form?
But, Monsieur Poirot, I made no errors.
Of course not. Call it a computer error.
Yes, it is possible, but even if I can see this is part of your investigation, I do not understand it.
I would ask that you observe which hand each passenger uses.
Ah, you wish to know if they use the right or left hand when they write?
That is my intention.
I will take on this mission for you.
Excellent.
お、仲間がおる。いいね。
That's it. It's open now.
ニルテン。ニルテン。
Hello, Mademoiselle Nielsen. May I ask you a few questions?
I don't have a minute. My career is ruined, and it's not my fault.
But how did this terrible thing come to pass?
My supplies, passenger luggage, our living space. There is so little room. I gave the cargo handlers in Istanbul strict instructions how to stack my crates containing the ingredients I need for my desserts. So as one box is used up, it can be discarded.
And these fools of cargo handlers did not follow your instructions?
Ignored completely. I have 4 crates that must be moved from there to here to correct the order they are stacked. But placing the wrong crate on top of a smaller crate will crush it, its contents, and my career.
Calm yourself, mademoiselle. I understand. So, the problem is these 4 crates must be moved there, but carefully.
Yes. I have to move these 4 boxes from this location
うん。
to here.
そこま
But
で。
there's not much space to move the boxes, and I have to be careful never to put a bigger box on top of a smaller one, or the smaller crate will be destroyed.
The problem is clear. I shall assist you.
あ、なるほどね。中継。で、で、あ、違う。こうなるでしょ。ん？こうか。で、こうして、うわ、超めんどくせえや、これ。違う。超めんどくせえや、これ。 違う。これをこうしてめんどくせえ。はい。
Et voilà!
You are a lifesaver.
Or at least, a dessert saver.
Thank you, thank you. I will gladly answer your questions.
Can you tell me your movements of last night?
Last night after dinner, I stayed in the kitchen until 12:15 a.m. Then I joined Jean and Hotaru in our quarters. Then all of us read quietly in our beds until we fell asleep.
A very studious staff. However, Monsieur Mori doesn't seem to have followed the same literary pursuit as the others. And these rum bottles, do they have something to do with his hangover?
おー、ニールセン嘘ついてんな。
She may be telling the truth, but I cannot be certain.
これじゃないのね。
That does not prove she's lying.
え
Oh, the truth cannot hide from Poirot forever.
これじゃない、これ
I
眠るまでずっ
rather
と。
think that you didn't just read.
ああ、そういう
last
こと
night.
か。
What makes you say that?
I spoke to Monsieur Mori. He seemed to be quite hungover. He even asked me to make him his day after tonic. He blurted out, "Freya always wins." Wins what? Looking
Wins
around,
what?
it was clear you were gambling and drinking most of the night.
You don't understand. It's late when we're off duty, but we need to unwind.
嘘つ
And
く
now
か。
there's been a murder? Yes, I admit it. We went overboard last night. But please don't tell Mr. Boop. It's against regulations. We
そういう
could
こと
all
ね。
be fired.
Mademoiselle, I realize your difficult jobs have been made more difficult. But as you say, there has been a murder. I must have the truth.
Of course. I'm so sorry.
It's not such a crime. I'll leave it there and check in with Monsieur Fauché. Would you mind writing your address on this paper? I'm asking everyone on the train for addresses, in case I need to contact them once they leave the train in Paris.
I understand.
レフティーモンスター。
No, she used her
What?
right hand.
あ、そっか。
Do you
右
smoke?
手だったな。
No, I never have.
Thank you. Thank you for your answers, Miss Nielsen.
You're welcome.
間違えちゃった。気球で。お、やったぜ。
Another delightful trophy for my collection.
この80個ぐらいヒゲないか。
A deck of cards. I suspect they were reading diamonds and spades instead of books. Empty rum bottles?
OK。じゃんじゃん。鍵返すよ。
Here is your key. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
About the little favor I asked of you.
Aha, but of course. I was able to get new allergy forms from guests who were in their compartments. Monsieur McQueen, Monsieur Masterman, Count and Countess Andreni, they are all right-handed. I also asked Princess Dragomirov, but she had her assistant, Madame Schmidt, sign for her. She is right-handed as well.
You have exceeded my expectations. Well done. Thank you, Monsieur Fauché. I'll come back to you if I have more questions.
じゃあ、ええやつやん。あ、もうこいつしかおらんがな。
How are you?
It's better. Thank you.
Then may I ask you some questions? It will not take long.
Quickly, please. I have hungry passengers to feed.
Très bien. Can you tell me your movements last night?
Oh, nothing special. When I went off duty, I joined John and Freya in a compartment. I read for a short while, then went to bed early.
Reading? I'm not sure you have recovered enough to tell me the truth. Don't waste what little energy you have recovered to lie, Monsieur Mori.
Yes, sorry, Mr. Poirot. You're right. It obviously wasn't reading that made my head hurt like that. But if you told Monsieur Book, it could mean my job.
I will keep your secret, but I am investigating a murder. You must tell me the truth.
Thank you.
Please, write your address on this paper.
My address? I don't see why.
I think I hear Monsieur Book approaching.
My address? Yes, of course.
Another right-handed person. Not surprising, most people are. You are a heavy smoker.
My job. It is very stressful.
Would you happen to know who vapes on the train? A banana flavor?
Oh, yes. The smell disgusts me. What is wrong with the good tobacco?
I do not have time to answer that. Who is it?
I've only seen one person who
アーバスノット
vapes.
対
It's Captain
こいつか。
Arbuthnot.
Captain Arbuthnot. I see.
ああ、なるほどね。
Your testimony was
退役軍人
invaluable
つな
to
がり
me.
か。
Thank you. Take care, Monsieur Mori. My palate depends on your good health.
なるほど、なるほど。真実がつかめてきたね。
Adequate.
ミスター・ミッシェルはきついじゃん。こいつは俺タバコ吸う。
Not good. Are you
吸
a
ってたっ
smoker?
け？
Fantastic. Yes.
こいつも吸ってた。
That was easy.
え？それで終わり？アーバスノットじゃないの？
Yes.
こいつも右利きです。
That's the right answer.
矛盾。オールソンは、ミズ・デブナムとオールソンが証言した。うん。こうだろ。イエーイ。うん。
Strange, this story. If Mademoiselle Olsen is such a light sleeper, why didn't she tell me about Mademoiselle Debenham getting out of bed? She even made a point to tell me the opposite. I'm right again.
ミズ・オールソンへ問いただす。これ操作方法変えれんのかな。走る。走るを。もうダメだ。コントローラーのあれはできないんだ。まあいいや。 だっけ？こいつがどっちだっけ？こいつ関係ないんだっけ？こいつか。
Mademoiselle Debenham, I have a few questions for you.
Of course.
違う違う。こい
Thank
つ
you
じゃ
for
ねえ
your
な。
assistance, mademoiselle.
ババアの方だ。あ、いない。第二の殺人の予感。
Captain Arbuthnot, I know that you are the only person on this train to smoke e-cigarettes. We found a vial of e-liquid at the crime
で
scene.
もドア越しに
Will
言
you
うの
talk
か。
to me
いな
about
かっ
this,
た
or
ら超
should I
恥ずか
pass
しいやつや
on
な。
what I've learned to the police?
All right. Come in if you must.
入らないけどね。じゃあ部屋間違えました。
Pardon this intrusion, Mademoiselle Olsen, but something you told me earlier confuses me.
Oh, please, come in.
How can you be sure Mademoiselle Debenham was in bed all night?
As I told you, I am a very light sleeper. The slightest noise wakes me up. If Fraulein Debenham had gotten out of her bed, I would have heard her. I got up this morning around 8 a.m. She was sleeping soundly.
対決。
Are you certain you would have heard her?
Yes. Why are you asking?
The train stopped around 12:30 a.m. You told me earlier that you went to bed at 10:50 p.m. So, you were sleeping before the train stopped. Didn't that wake you up?
No, the train must have come to a slow stop. Did that wake you up?
No, I also remained asleep. Mademoiselle Olsen tries to trip up Hercule Poirot.
煽られとる。
I spoke to Mademoiselle Debenham and she told me that she got up around 5 o'clock in the morning. She opened the door and looked down the corridor. It was then that she saw a woman in a red kimono. How do you explain that?
I think I must have been sleeping very soundly not to have heard it. Oh, but does that make me a suspect?
I am not accusing anyone, mademoiselle. Do not worry. I am just trying to determine what happened last night. Thank you for your testimony. I have just a few questions for you.
Very well. Let's hear them.
The young English lady, Mademoiselle Debenham, was at the Tocatlian Hotel. Perhaps you met her there?
We exchanged a few words. Fellow Brits abroad, that sort of thing.
What can you tell me about Mademoiselle Debenham?
Nothing whatsoever. We barely spoke.
The director of the Orient Express, Monsieur Bouc, thinks the assassin is a woman.
And that is enough to accuse her? She had nothing to do with this murder.
How can you be so certain?
The idea is absurd. Ratchet was a perfect stranger to her. She'd never seen him before.
Ah, did she tell you so?
Well, yes, maybe she did. She may have commented once upon his somewhat unpleasant appearance. If a woman is concerned, as you seem to think, to my mind, without any evidence, I can assure you that Miss Debenham could not possibly be implicated.
It is clear that the captain is defending Miss Debenham. A woman he supposedly doesn't know very well. What were you doing last night around 1:15?
1:15? I believe I was still talking to that young American fellow, Mr. McQueen, the secretary of the man who was killed. We were in his compartment.
He was a friend or acquaintance of yours?
No, I never saw him before this journey. We'd hit it off at dinner, and the conversation continued into the early hours.
Until what time was that?
Until 1:45 or so. Then I retired to my room and went to sleep.
There is nothing you can recall last night that in any way struck you as suspicious?
It's nothing. A mere detail.
Allow me to be the judge.
Well, before returning to my room, I went to the lounge car to get a glass of water. When I was passing through the first-class corridor, I noticed that the door, which is just after your room, 201, was not quite closed, and the person who was inside peered out in a furtive sort of way. Then he closed the door quickly. I know there's nothing in that, but it was the furtive way it was done that caught my attention. Struck me as a bit odd.
I understand. Thank you for letting me know.
お、ナイスナイス。
Could you write down
や
your
っぱね、
address
飯
here,
食ったら
please?
治んだよ、大体。機嫌的なことは。
If you insist.
お、こいつ右利きじゃねえかよ。
This man is
左
right-handed.
利きかと思ったな。
Is this e-cigarette liquid yours?
What flavor is it?
Banana.
Well, that is awkward. That's my flavor of choice.
そうそうそ
But
う
I。have no idea
多分
what
ね、
is
そういうことだと思うよ。
whatever.
Can you explain
や
how
っ
it
ぱ
ended up there?
I have no idea.
ライス君が使うパソコンやからライス君のお腹が減ってたらライス君の機嫌が悪くなってパソコンの機嫌も悪くなる。終わったなぁ、積んだなぁ。左利きおらんがね。うわ、そう、2つ出てきたぞ。まずじゃあこっちから行こうか。アーバスノット隊への事情聴取で明らかになった2つの字柄を選ぼう。いや、多分ね、ライス君が一回 PC 動かないで諦めてんだ。うんうん。諦めて、あんだよってなりながら、あんだよってなったけど、まあいいやっつって、忘れた頃に、忘れた頃にPC お腹すくっていう。ミスター・マックイーンはアーバスノット。デブナムが寝てたのはこいつ。ミッシェルはハーバード大学。これこいつ。はい、天才。
That was easy.
ってことはメジロマックイーンと大佐が怪しい。メジロマックイーンが東海帝王にお腹ちょっとイラッとして殺した。ペインスクリークキリングス。ああ、この間やってたやつ。あれね、どうしようかなったんだよ、買おうか。鍵と書類。そうなんだ。あれ、ブーちゃんどこ行ったっけな。ブーちゃんこの隣か。 本当は俺の大好きなゲームで、ロングダークってゲームがあるんだけど、一向に開発が進まなくて、話が先に進まないから、ちょっと他のゲームを。
Could have hidden it anywhere.
It must be somewhere.
Indeed, as you say, it must be somewhere.
セールで500円ぐらい。
According to Dr. Constantine's report, the stab wounds were made by at least one right-handed and one left-handed person, and with different strength. For the moment, everyone I have checked is right-handed. It is impossible to draw any
ロ
conclusions
ン
as
グ
yet.
ダークの
However,
開発
I
がさ、
still have a few people to
年に
interrogate,
1章ぐらいずつ進んでくれりゃ全然いいんだけどさ、
You still have
去
many
年の
avenues
年
to
末にも多分
explore.
放送で
Indeed,
言っ
the
てんだけ
case
ど、
is far from over, mon ami.
やっと来るっつって延期になって、コロナの関係で2年ぐらいも延期になって、
I identified the
未だに
person
物語が終わ
responsible
って
for
ない
the
っていう
bottle of
ね。
liquid for the vape found at the crime scene.
So, this is our culprit?
まあ
Do
よ
you
かっ
hold
た。
him?
こいつア
No,
ホやな。
unfortunately, this bottle belongs to Captain Arbuthnot, but he has an alibi confirmed by Monsieur McQueen for the time of the murder.
Monsieur Bouc, Monsieur Poirot.
Michel, calm down.
But it's Mrs. Hobart. She says she found the murder weapon in her room. She's very upset.
Let's go, Poirot.
お、凶器見つかったよ。ババア逮捕や。逮捕する。逮捕だ。ペインスクリークか。ちょっとやってみたいな。迷ったんだよね、あのゲーム。面白そうと思ったけど、とりあえず俺はもうアガサがこれがやりたかったから、一旦スルーしたんだけど、どうだっけこう、
I demand to be allowed to leave this train!
Madame, we are in the mountains, trapped in a snowdrift.
Stating the obvious, there is a murderer among us. He had the audacity to hide his weapon in my room.
Please, Madame Hubbard, take a deep breath and tell us what occurred.
ナイフ。
Where did you find the knife?
I wanted to get a handkerchief from my purse, and when I opened it,
ハバートの
I
H
saw
か。
it. A bloody knife! Am I next to be murdered?
I very much doubt the murderer would give you his weapon.
What do you mean?
Madame, he would have used it.
Oh, I heard it!
アホ。シーンインベスティゲーター。そうなんだ。ナイフに
Did
は触
you
った
touch the knife?
Of course not. What a question.
I will take that as a no.
凶器を置いてったら犯人が使えないじゃないですか。ああ、まさに。アホやな。パコ。
Is this not the real murder weapon, or is it a red herring?
中に戻す。
Is this knife?
その瓶の方が気になるが。いい。戻すよね。
Mrs. Hubbard is distraught, Poirot.
狂気っぽい。
Stay with her. Please go on without me.
I have every right to be distraught. Thank you, Mr. Book.
めっちゃ怒ってる。何すんの今から。ハンカチ見せりゃいいじゃん。これは新インベスティゲーターってどんなゲーム？もうね、結構これ系のね、配信すると長いからどうしようか迷ってんだよね。配信なしでやるかもしらん。買ったら。やり始めたら途中でやめれんくなっちゃうじゃん。平気で俺配信途中でやめるけど。あ、違う、行き過ぎた。 行き過ぎた。俺話に夢中になってさ。ここだよね。あ、違う。あ、違うわ。いいんだ。てか、走れよな、マジで、ポアロさん。時短。なるほど。面白そうだね。嫌いじゃないぜっていう感じはある。こっちじゃなかった説もある。こっちじゃなかったね。隣の塔だったね。ここまで来なくてよかったよね。ちょっと探してみよう。推理系ゲーム面白いよね。俺すごい好き。昔ファミコンでよく西村京太郎連続殺人事件うんちゃらかんちゃらとかあったやん。知らんかな。西村京太郎シリーズと何があったっけな。俺一番好きなのオホーツクにキーが一番好きなんだけど、あれ系赤いやつ、あれもなんか列車の殺人事件だったような気がすんな。なんかあの辺めっちゃやってたもんな。本当はもうワン画面テキストで矢印で物探すみたいなあのゲームの方が好きなんだけどね。A と B があるからこの人とこの人は実は血縁関係なのかもしれんと勝手に考えないといけない。さんまの名探偵ね。さんまの名探偵おもろいよね。あ、いた。
Dr. Constantine, we may have found our
名前を
murder weapon.
にすると最初のミニゲーム飛ばせるっていうね。あれのね、横山やすしとの協定対決がめっちゃ好きだった。連打でやるやつ。強えんだあれ、やすさんが。
I will do as you say, Doctor.
やべ、物語見てなかった。そう、連打するやつ。
Think, Poirot. That is not a good answer.
これ何？深さを調節。12センチ。ちょっとちっちゃいな。
No. I do not think that's the right answer. Think, Poirot. I must admit I'm not right this time. This is wrong. But I do not think that's the right answer.
ちっちゃいかこれ。どんどんちっちゃくなってんな。
Think, Poirot. This is wrong. But that's the right answer.
そう、墨の協定上の。
What do you think, Doctor? Is this knife really the
あれが一番好きだったな。なんか最後の方で猫じゃねえや。島田洋七追っかけ、ネタバレになるけどいいか。島田洋七追っかける街の中うろうろするやつはあれが一番嫌いだった。
Thank you. I feel way better now.
The rest gave you time to sleep off most of the effects of the drug.
I'm still a bit groggy.
That's understandable.
Are you able to continue your story now?
Yes, I think so. Where was I?
You were explaining how you returned to the Armstrong house to tell them their poor little child was dead.
Yes, that's it. I felt helpless. My part in the case was officially over, but I knew I couldn't let it go. Daisy deserved justice.
新助か。洋七が言うて、新助が犯人で飛行機に乗るまで追っかけるやつ。新助だ、新助。
I was angry with myself that I couldn't bring them better news. I wasn't prepared for more tragedy.
あ、太平二郎だったっけ？街の中追っかけるやつ。犬とかいて、また戻っちゃった。 何、どこ行くのこれ。話全然聞いてなかったけど。こいつまだお
Hello,
っ
Miss
た。
Moreau. I'm here to see Colonel
こいつ掴む
Armstrong.
Good morning,
もう
Detective.
あれだろ、殺人幇助
Colonel
だろ、こい
Armstrong is
つ。
upstairs. He isn't well.
そうそうそう。なんか、さんまちゃんキャーっつって、さんまちゃんの目が両方にデレってなって、お風呂であれはおっぱい見れるんだよね。あれいいよね。素敵。タオルをずっと触ろうとすると、デヘデヘっつって、しょうがないわね、みたいになるのね。そう。思い出編。有馬温泉、そうそうそう。やってんね。おー、100点の打ちひしがれ方しとる
Good
な。
morning, Colonel Armstrong. Is your wife here?
Here? No, Sonia is not here.
いつも終わって遅いって
One
怒られ
step
た。
behind. She died of a miscarriage last night. My wife, Daisy, and our baby.
お、嫁さん死んだの
My
か。
whole family is gone.
I'm so sorry.
嫁
I
さん
came
も死んだ
straight
の
here
か
this。morning. I received word that you can arrange for Daisy to be returned to you for burial. I didn't know.
Well, then, now you don't have to come back. I can arrange for Daisy, my wife, and our unborn child to be buried all at once. Very efficient. Being a military man, I can appreciate efficiency.
I know how hard this
そう
must
そう
be
そ
for
う
you.
そう。ベアロビーあったな、あったな、あ
I
った
don't
な。
want your sympathy. I want you to do your bloody job and catch the creature that did this.
あー
I know you won't believe
め
me,
っちゃ怒ってるわ
but。I swear to you, I will find who did this. If it takes me to the far corners of the earth, I will find them.
Then go. Please go now. Go find them.
めっちゃ怒られてるわ。どうしよう。めっちゃめんどくさい。やめたーいって顔しとる。
The house that once held the laughter of a child now feels so empty.
なかなかやね、このアームストロングさんは。
I'm a part of this case, or the case is a part of me.
高校でやったんだ。それもなかなかやね。3万メーターって
All
マジで
units,
めっ
hikers
ち
in
ゃ
the
やったよ。
vicinity of the cabin where
何十
Daisy
回とクリアした
Armstrong was found spotted a pickup truck drive through the
名作だよね。
barricade tape and then head up the dirt road toward where the subject cabin is located. Any car nearby who can respond?
Unit 28, we can respond, but we're a ways away.
Dispatch, this is 11. I'm on it.
Copy that. 11, you're good to go.
Copy that.
コピーだ。
Okay, there's the pickup. Let's see who ignored our barricade tape.
お、荒らされてる。
11 here. I'm at the cabin. Someone has broken in.
うんうんうん。
Are you requesting backup?
Not yet. I'm going to take a look around.
Copy that, 11.
これあいつの男だろう。と持ち物検査させてもらいます。まあまあいい車じゃん。ちょっとこの車欲しいな。
An individual has entered a police secured area. I have to stop him first.
なんか落ちてる。
Footprints.
フットスタンプが。
A forensics evidence identification marker. Duct tape to silence Daisy's screams. A forensics evidence identification marker.
口ひげはあった。やっぱりあっ
I
た。
earned a gold mustache. Forensics had to go through this place with a fine-tooth comb.
成長してからのリベンジ。なるほどね。
He's not here.
3892。絶対なんかのなんかだなこれ。38が92してる。
That's where I found Fluffy. Daisy's special toy. I hope we returned him to the family.
なるほどね。ここにあったら証拠の一部。確かに。
Forensics had to go through this place with a fine-tooth comb.
8。暗くなった3、8。8だよね、これ。7、8がないぞ。6か、これ。6?8 だよね。8がないぞ。あったあったあったあった。8。8でもこれ関係ない。なんだ、エビデンスマーカーかと思ったけど、違うのか。お、なんか音がする。
Don't shoot, officer. I'm on your side.
Sir, keep your hands where I can see them.
Sure, no problem.
Sir, this is a crime scene. Who the hell are you?
I'm a reporter. Boston 6 News. You can get us on cable even here in the mountains.
They haven't heard of crime scene tape in a big city like Boston?
All right, that wasn't my best move. I got all excited. I didn't expect to find the place deserted. It was hard to resist.
You should have tried harder. I'm placing you under arrest.
You should be thanking me. Look what you apparently missed and I found.
We'll get to that, but you're going to answer some questions first.
I'm more used to asking questions, but fire away.
Who are you exactly?
I'm Michael Clark, journalist for Boston 6 News. Off camera, but someday I'm going to be anchor. You just wait.
Do you have a way to prove that?
My press card's in my truck.
What are you doing here? You should know a crime scene is off limits.
I'm investigating the Daisy Armstrong kidnapping like you.
Does the pickup parked in front of the cabin belong to you?
Yes, indeed, it's mine.
I'll check. Show me your hands. I'm gonna cuff you.
I'm sure we can work out a deal.
Put your hands in front of you.
プレイが始まった。その岩にくくりつけて。
Aren't you gonna read me my rights?
You have the right to remain silent. I really wish you'd exercise that one.
車の中で放置プレイ。
Dispatch, this is 11. I intercepted a suspicious individual at the crime scene. I'll check to determine how badly he's compromised it. Then I'm bringing him in.
Copy that, Detective Locke.
プレイが始まる。一回とりあえずこの木のこの辺の枝にこうくくって今回どうするんだい言うて3、8、9、2。
Yes, I knew I could do it. I can always use safe cracking as a career move.
いい天才。てかこれに気づかんかったあいつアホだな。明らかおかしいだろ。
Now let's see what secrets you're hiding.
放置プレイ。じゃあ。
What the hell is that gas can doing here?
じゃあこれまた ファズモだな、ファズモ。
The cap's been damaged, and some gasoline has leaked out.
ファズモするか。パン。出たー。ぐるぐる、右が、右が真ん中。真ん中がぐるーっと左。左が右。OK。で、うわ。ちょっとやる気をそぐ感じになっとんな。何の設計じゃん。ああ、爆弾のやつ
It
か。
looks like the bomb in the cabin. The kidnapper built the bomb here.
ブループリント。覚えた。ラストだな。何もうこんなんもう
This
適当
bunker
にしかや
looks
らん
like
の。
it's as old as the cabin.
適当にしか
Everything
や
is
らん
falling
の。
apart.
できるかな。これ右来てグイーッと来て隣の部屋を調べないとわかんないな。とりあえずこれか。これがうわぁ、えぐ。真ん中で真ん中がこう来てフリーと回って右に出てる。でこれが右がグイーッと来て右がグイーッと来て左になって左をオン。オッケー。これは来てる。でこれがこう抜けて左に抜けて、これ左だから右になってグイーッと来て、左になってかわしいの、あ、ここなんかあれだな。あ、いいか。左だからこれが左。でこれが一番下になって、一番下グイーッと来て、うわ複雑。これが右になってんのだ。一番右グイーンで、ここで右グイーンして右グイーンして一番右。オッケー。こんなんだったっけ？
No.
嘘？嘘？もう一回左がビーンと来て真ん中になります。真ん中が来てくる右に行く。右行ってそれがインサイド通って左になる。左 OK。これが真ん中がここでかわしの一番手前右ね。一番右がこうずーっと来て、入れ替わってないよね。入れ替わってない。右行く。ぐーっと来て 一番右、OK。で、これが一番下でしょ。一番下くるーっと来て、こう来て、うん。こう来て、下。下クリーって右、一番右に行く。あ、左になるのか。こっちです。カモンヌ。カモンヌ。はい。はい、天才。お、武器庫。あ、武器庫。ここにも武器庫。何の音だ？てんててんて。よし。開けろ。割と簡単に開く。割と簡単に開く。2019。フェブラリー4月か。4月。
February 24th.
フェブラリー2月だ。
They knew about the party and everything.
パーティーって書いてある。2月だった。
Could use a new light bulb.
金庫。ゼロ。何これ？ちょっと待って。0224じゃいかんの？
February 24th. The day of the kidnapping.
電球の音うるせえな。ゼロ。ん？ヒント。ああ、なるほどね。これを切らなきゃいけないってことね。
Yes, I knew I could do it. I can always use safe cracking as a career move.
こんな簡単に開くもんかね。きちゃー。キンキンきちゃー。
It's Daisy's hair clip, the same as the picture I saw at the Armstrong house. An expensive looking pen with the initials JM.
GM.
What's its story?
JM。ジム。じゃあ現金見させてくれ。現金見れないじゃないか。ん？よし。髪の毛一
That
本。
looks like a hair caught in the band around the money. Forensics will tell me for sure, but that doesn't look like Daisy's color. These get locked up again until forensics get here.
お、締め方。オッケー。オッケー。ガソリン缶を調べろなって。調べるとこもないよね。
The cap's been.
終わってる。
I'll secure the bunker for forensics. Progress at last.
あのサイズの鉄板だったらまあまあ重いと思うけどな。さて、いる？
The gas can I found in the bunker would match this outline perfectly.
こいつだな、犯人。いる？これいなくない？逃げられた？ほら、いないじゃん。お。
Candid photos of the entire Armstrong family. A reporter just doing his job. Or something else?
幽霊のように娘がおるわ。4枚ぐらいしか撮ってないっていう、この浅い感じ。
Clark's press card, and the phone number of the newspaper is on it. Ah, good. I can give him a call.
ああ、いいね。よし、電話してみよう。
The glove compartment is closed. Car keys in the sun visor. A classic hiding place. At least on TV.
鍵。パカ？カゴミュージアム。違う違う違う。こいつが本物です
Clark's
ね。
driver's license seems to be in order.
アメリカの免許証かっこいいな。
The vehicle registration is not in the name of Michael Clark or a rental company.
これで終わり？あと1個。あと1個あるのか。なんもない。お、望遠レンズ。
Telephoto lens. Not so surprising for a journalist.
覗き犯の疑い。いやー、覚えてない。覚えてない。裏に書いてある。61。字が汚い。あれなんだ？ちょっと字が汚くない？これ348。 最後の文字がわかんないな。ちょっと待って。7か。ちょっと写真見してもらわないとな。何撮ってたかわからんからね。女子大生ですか？
Hi,
看
I'm
護婦で
Detective
すか？
Joanna Locke, Berkshire Police. I'd like to speak to an editor, please.
One moment, please. Hello, Detective Locke? This is Abby Wilson. I'm a senior editor. What can I do for you?
Does a man named Michael Clark work for you?
Yes, he does. Why?
When was the last time you heard from him?
Oh, it's been at least 7 or 8 months. That's not unusual.
He works in the field?
Yes, Michael Clark is what we call a stringer. He works as a freelancer, comes up with a story we can use, we pay him, and we don't hear from him again for several months.
What kind of stories does Mr. Clark write?
Mr. Clark is an investigative reporter, mostly crime stories, to tell you the truth. He comes up with some pretty macabre stuff some of the time. Is there a problem? Or a story?
Do you remember what the last case he investigated was?
It was a murder case. The victim was a millionaire named James Miller. He was called the Frozen Fish King of Gloucester, Massachusetts. His body turned up in one of his nets. Or, rather, most of it did.
Ah, well. Thank you, Ms. Wilson.
いやーもう酔っちゃう酔っちゃう。こんなしながら電話したら酔っちゃう。
He can be a little pushy, but he's a good guy overall. So what's he working on now, Detective? Are you sitting on a story?
Thanks again.
ああどうしよっかな。ああ終わった。
I know my rights. You can't keep somebody locked up in a car like this, you know. You wouldn't do it if I was a dog. Do they have bathrooms at the station?
しかと。
I have the right to make a phone call, Detective whatever your name is.
That phone is an outside line.
Hello, boss. It's Michael Clark. I'm still on the Armstrong kidnap, but there's a small problem. I got caught being someplace I shouldn't be. I'm at the police station. No, I'm not under arrest. Just questioning. Fire me. Why? The station's integrity? You're kidding me, right? If you think I've screwed up that badly, then fire me. Got that? Fire me. Yes, do it.
That didn't go well.
I think I got my point across. What happens now?
Go ahead.
Then we'll have a chat.
燃やされた。ああ、もう知らない。もう燃やされた。山小屋燃やされた。
Now that we've taken your DNA, we can begin. Interview of suspect Michael Clark, 6 p.m., March 30th, 2019. This interview is being recorded.
By elves behind the mirror, no doubt?
You were arrested at a crime scene where you damaged police barricade tape.
I'll pay for a new roll.
That's a Class A misdemeanor, and it carries a $500 fine.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
To begin with, where were you on the night Daisy Armstrong was kidnapped?
I was watching TV in my motel room, but I had my police scanner on. I heard the first reports that the little girl was missing. No way the police at the scene were gonna let me get close. I set my alarm so I could get on the story first thing in the morning and tried to sleep. It was difficult.
Can anybody confirm where you were?
No, afraid not. I was alone and sleepless. A sad combination. And I realized a bad alibi.
死刑。あれさっきなんか問いただす？そうだ。
Let's start with why you went to the cabin.
If the police were interested in it, I was interested in it.
That pickup of yours, that's a very nice ride. Especially for a stringer who only gets a few stories on the air. How can you afford it?
When Boston 6 does use a story, they pay okay.
That truck is top of the range. How much did it set you back? $55,000, $60,000?
When I have to, I do what everybody else does. I take out a loan. How about you, detective? You got a loan on your car?
He's enjoying himself. I need to throw him off balance somehow, surprise him into making an error. Explain to me again how you got to the crime scene.
I listened in on the police radio frequency. Anybody can do it with a scanner. I headed for the crime scene in my trusty pickup, like I've done for years. After the forensic team left, I needed to see the crime scene for myself. I got to the bunker just before you arrived.
Where's a lie detector when you need one? I need proof, not guesswork. Come on, Joanna. You're a better detective than that. You said you've been driving that pickup for years?
You heard right. Thanks to it, I never miss a story.
You say you've been using your pickup for years, but the title certificate is not in your name. The truck belongs to somebody named Stephen Baker.
Okay, I don't get why the pickup is so important to you, but I guess my ego made me say that. Yeah, the pickup was lent to me by a friend. I couldn't afford it even with a loan.
I think you stole it, Mr. Clark. You needed a pickup like that for our mountain roads, so you stole that one.
Try proving it. But while you run off on some wild goose chase, you can't hold me.
おー、言うね。
Let's move on to the gas cans and what we found in your pockets when you were brought in here today.
That sounds exciting.
In addition to the gasoline in the back of your pickup and another in the bunker, you had a lighter and gloves in your pockets. You were going to set fire to the bunker and every scrap of evidence inside.
Where to begin? I'm sorry to disappoint you, but I wasn't planning to use these things to destroy the crime scene. I've been around crime scenes my entire career. I brought the gloves so as not to contaminate it with my fingerprints. The gas can in the back of my pickup, I use it to put gas in the truck. Gas stations are few and far between in your mountains. I didn't know there was a gas can in the bunker. If that's true, I did you a favor. My arrival obviously scared off somebody planning to burn everything.
Do you also have an excuse for your lighter?
The lighter? I'm trying to quit smoking. I used the lighter as a reminder not to start again.
おー、言うね。
You say you're a journalist, a stringer for Channel 6 News in Boston.
I sell my stuff to lots of media outlets.
Your camera was in your pickup. You didn't want to take pictures of the crime scene?
I like to get the lay of the land. Once I see the story I want to tell, then I start documenting it.
I don't know any journalist who works a case without their camera close at hand. He thinks he's invincible. I need to play his ego. That's the key. What are you doing in the Berkshires? And what is your connection to the Armstrong case?
For the past few months, I've been working on a big case. Boston 6 News was looking forward to my next story. The Armstrongs have been on my list of potential targets for a long time. I changed gears when Daisy was kidnapped and started investigating the Armstrongs.
嘘。
I need proof, not guesswork. So you just stumbled on a major kidnapping story during your stay in the Berkshires?
Yeah, I was researching PCBs in the river for crying out loud. Then, wow, the Armstrongs. That's not a Science Sunday report. That's a lead. Sometimes you just get lucky.
Your camera in the pickup. There were photos of Daisy from before she was kidnapped.
The Armstrongs are a famous family, like the Kennedys or Hollywood couples. Gossip sites love them. People want to see how they live. I started out just stealing candid shots. Paparazzi live on getting that one exclusive shot. Steamy, intimate, whatever. Then when the kidnapping happened, I realized I was here first. What an opportunity. And I jumped at it.
You have an answer for everything.
You're not very good at this, are you? How long have you been on the job?
Long enough to put you away for life, if you killed that little girl. I know that Clark is lying. I need to reconstruct the whole sequence of events in order to understand what happened.
整理。写真を見せてもらうんだな。これは私は小屋に到着した。まずはこうして、正解。
That is a great detective job. I'll tell you what really happened. You
やっぱ
waited
パパ
until
ラッチは
forensics
ね、ちょ
left
っとセ
and
クシーショッ
arrived
ト
in your
を
probably stolen
一枚もなか
pickup.
ったん
You
ですけど。
grabbed a can of gasoline from your truck. You then went into the cabin to check if Daisy had been found. You then went straight to the bunker to see if it had been discovered, planning to set it on fire and destroy all the evidence inside. Before you could start the fire, you heard me arrive. So you hastily left your gas can and closed the hatch. You didn't think I could open the bunker. If I hadn't found you, I expect you would have burned down the cabin too.
I'm not gonna make fun of you, Detective, or how you handled my interrogation. You're obviously very new at this. I swear I'm telling the truth. I didn't know the bunker was there until the moment you showed up. I seem to have trumped your entire police force.
When I get the DNA results from the bunker, we'll continue this conversation.
You have no concrete evidence against me whatsoever.
The lab results will be in soon. You won't get away with this. See that call? That's your arrest warrant and a one-way ticket to prison. I'll be right back.
小屋回された。
Hello, sir. I think I found the man who kidnapped Daisy Armstrong. I'm interrogating him now.
Hold on, Detective Locke. I have some bad news. Someone set fire to the cabin in the bunker. The fire department is on the scene, but they say it's too late.
That's impossible. My suspect has been in the interrogation room with me all evening.
We can't hold him. Suzanne Moreau. Her fingerprints are on the wine bottle found in the cabin. We also found an unknown person's fingerprints, but they don't match your suspects.
Sir, with all due respect, I'm convinced Michael Clark is involved.
Detective, I'm cutting you some slack already, but we cannot hold your suspect simply because you're convinced he's guilty. We have evidence that Suzanne was working with an accomplice, Noah Garrity. I order you to release the reporter and arrest this Moreau.
Let me just check my last lead. The DNA analysis of the hair found in the bunker safe. The results just came in.
I know how hard this is. Okay. Get the DNA results. Detective Locke. I will
1時間だけ。
1 hour maximum. Then you close the file and arrest Suzanne Moreau.
Thank you, sir.
モロさんはもう捕まえていいよ。
Who did you call earlier?
An editor from the Boston 6 News.
An editor you repeatedly said should fire you. That was your accomplice, wasn't it? You were telling him to start the fire.
An accomplice?
I know it was Noah you called.
I'm saying nothing more without the presence of my lawyer.
Stay right where you are. I'm not done with you yet.
Wow. Do I hear grounds for a lawsuit?
Some poor innocent woman is being accused instead of you. You set her up, didn't you?
You have to let me go, Detective.
All I need is one more phone call to the lab. I know it's you, and I'm going to prove it.
つながりません。
Hello, this is Joanna Locke. I need the results of the DNA test I asked you for.
Hi, Detective. Sorry, we only have the DNA sequence. We haven't had time to compare it with the suspects yet. It'll take 7 more hours. I'm sorry, but you are not the only one on the waiting list.
Send your analysis to my computer in the office. I'll do the comparison myself.
I need authorization.
I have a murderer who is going to walk free unless I get those results now.
Fine, we'll send it to you right away, but I'll have to log this.
大変だな、警察。あ、ラストチャンスだ。どこでそれするの？私のデスクはどこ？ うふふふふ。ATC ATC 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 ありました。CTA CTA 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 CT GTA CTA 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 ATA CCC CCC を探そう。CCC TGA あ、違う。CCC がねえぞ、もう。これは違う。CAG とかだな。ああ。ジョンは違う。マイケル・クラーク。こっちだな。TTC ATA TTC ATA。ああ、目が痛くなる。あった。あった。あった。あったはどこだ。これも CCC、ここか。GTA、CCC、GTA。CCC、違う。目に負担がやばいね。あったー、CCC、GTA、あー、違う。ちょっと待って。先にこれをやろう。これは間違いないんだよね、多分。あ、違う。違うな。違うな。ATC、GGC、GGC、GGC。これやばいな。GCC、違う。タッグはどっかで見たな、タッグ。真ん中にあったのタッグ AGC 違う。スザンヌ・モローTTA はいっぱいありそう。 TTA はいっぱいありそう。 TTA CCTG 違う。 CGA TGA は合ってるけどない。CGA CGA CGA あった。GCA だ。ちょっとこれわからんぞマジ。ちょっと待って、一回マイケル・クラークで探そう。TTCGT あったー。角っちょにあったー。これ完全に1ではない。ではない。GC 惜しくない？TTC 違う。真ん中あたりにスザンヌある気がする。CCA GGA これか。完全に1。違う。完全に1。どうだったっけ。これか。ザンヌ。
No! Suzanne? I don't understand. I was sure it would be Clark's hair. I'll have to let him go.
そう。マイケルでもクラークでもなかったか。スザンヌか。熊本で主婦やってるはずなのに。
Sorry it didn't work out for you, Detective. Maybe you should consider a career change.
ああ、ムカつくわ
We are not done.
Oh, but we are, my dear. We are done.
I had no choice but to return to the Armstrong house to arrest Suzanne Moreau.
すごいな、アームストロングさん。もう完全に一人になったやん。
The arrest warrant for Suzanne Moreau.
ワンテッドしよう。
Suzanne was set up by Clark and Noah. They are the kidnappers, but I'm not giving up. When Suzanne comes up for trial, I will fight for her defense. But for now, the district attorney is in charge. If I want to stay a detective, he always has the last word.
煽り方よ。あー、疲れた。よし、もう3時間近くなるね。今日はこの辺にしとこう。あとはジャパンカップを見て、夜にストロークやるかなって感じかな。まあ、だいぶいい感じではある。いい感じではあるが、思った以上に長い。よし。それでは、お疲れ様でございました。ありがとうございます。またね。